Hey guys. Today we are sitting down and just talking it up, chatting it up. I want to update you guys. I want to pretend like we're on FaceTime, and I want to use my new microphone. Well, it's not new. I've literally had it for months now and haven't found a use for it. But here we are. So I hope you're enjoying this crisp audio because you will probably be able to hear every breath I take. Get your popcorn, grab a drink because we're going to be here for a while. Let's get started. I guess we're just going to be going through my thoughts because I have a couple things written down that I want to talk about. Oh my gosh. I just had dinner before this. I don't even know if I'm going to put this in because that was gross. I just threw up in my mouth. First of all, I went to NCA. I filmed a whole vlog about it, edited it, and it really didn't turn out well. If you are not already aware, there was a whole incident in Dallas, Texas for NCA. I was there. There was like a shooting, fight, etc. They really never released the truth about it. There were pictures of bullet holes through the glass. There were like 9 of them, and I saw some of them when I was walking around the second day because this happened on the first day. The brand hosting the whole thing, Varsity, I don't want to call them out because I don't know, I feel like I shouldn't call them out. I feel like they don't want to release the real truth on what happened because obviously there's a whole lot of other things that go behind it when you release something like that. It was an interesting weekend to say the least. I was sitting there waiting for my team to go back into warm up and people just start sprinting. I've never seen a whole crowd of people run that fast before in my life. It was something literally out of a movie. Like I could not fathom what had actually happened. Anyways, I started running and me and my team ended up in this random team room for a different gym. And next thing you know, we're all just against the wall, covering our heads, are screaming, crying. I'm just sitting there like this. Like, if you don't know anything about me, I really don't get like stressed out and I don't really like cry. I don't know. I don't want to seem like that because it was scary. Like, we didn't know what was going to happen next, but I'm not really someone who cracks like under pressure or like I'm pretty good with like trauma and like that kind of stuff. Anyways, I was just helping out anybody I could. We had to get evacuated from that room. They wouldn't shut the doors leading in to the room. People were saying that person with the was in the hallway. People started to freak out even more. After a few minutes, we had to evacuate the building and people started running and screaming again. Anytime someone would run and scream, you would think like, oh my gosh, like we're gonna die. And then there was nobody there. Policemen everywhere blocking literally every street in the city. Once again, something out of a movie. Once again, I'm hiding under a staircase with one of my teammates and we just are sitting there. We finally catch up to our group and we walk over to this hotel, watching our back for literally anything that could happen next. Helicopters roaming around in the sky. We get to this hotel and we're just sitting there debriefing like what the actual heck just happened. And then we were all good. We thought the whole competition was going to get canceled. I truly thought the whole competition was going to get canceled. And we are like miles and miles, like thousands of miles away from home. No, we went back the second day and everything proceeded as normal. And instead of the competition being 2 days, it was just 1 day. Honestly, crazy day of my life. I didn't know if that was the end of my life. I didn't know if I was going to come home with a story to tell, but we're here now. As we're on the topic of cheer, I also went to Myrtle Beach this past weekend. We won. My team did very well. You already know I was sitting on the sidelines cheering as loud as I could. They did great. Nothing really as eventful happened. We went to Top Golf, went down to the beach. Me and Riley tried a tan, but I think she got more tanner than me, but I came home still as pale as I was before. It's fine. I need summer to come by faster though, or come faster. I'm tired of being pale. I'm tired of wearing sweatpants and a sweatshirt to school. It's super comfy, but I just can't anymore. I need summer. I need a break from Spanish. I just need a break. We have like 50 days left. So I'm going to be counting each day that goes by. Spring break is coming up next week. This is our last week of school before spring break. I know our spring break is like a lot later than some other schools. That's just how it is every year. We're also halfway through. Actually, this is like the last week of March. It's almost April, which is crazy. I feel like this year has gone by super slow, but also super fast. I feel like with my knee trying to keep up with physical therapy, I feel like it's just gone by a lot slower because I haven't been able to do much with like cheer and I haven't been for the last 6 months. Almost at my 6-month mark. which is honestly crazy. If you told me 6 months ago that I would be in this place right now, I really wouldn't believe you. When this all first happened to me, I'm trying not to go too in depth with it because I'm going to come out with a huge video that will be super well thought out and show you guys the timeline because I am filming it, but I'm not going to come out with it until my recovery process is complete. Probably in the next 2 to 3 months, it'll come out because that's when my recovery process will be finished. I'm almost at 6 months though. I can't believe it. I mean, honestly, you just have to take it one day at a time. Truly, it's something that you can never prepare yourself for, especially mentally. The hardest part is mentally, literally like a mental battle with yourself. When am I going to go back? When am I not going to go back? I mean, because I have someone else's ACL in my body, I have to realize that I'm like, my body has to have time to heal with someone else's ACL and just metal all over my knee. I mean, there comes to a point where you just have to like yourself a reality check, like you're not going back, like suck it up. Like what else can you do? I mean, truly, there's only so much you can do. Anybody you ask that has experienced something like this before, or a long-term injury where you have to be out for a season, I'm mostly talking about in sports, it's truly a mental game, and it's very hard to see like everybody else and just doing like what you love that got stripped away from you in 0.2 seconds. I still go to every practice, I go to every competition, but I truly am a firm believer that everything happens for a reason. Though it sucks and it makes it worse because I am really hard on myself, so anytime that I don't get to go back or that I get updates on how my knee is doing, how good or bad it's doing, like I'm always really hard on myself, which does make matters a little worse, but also is a good thing. It's hard seeing everyone else move on and seeing the season come to a close and knowing that you really haven't experienced any of it. Once again, I think like this kind of stuff really only happens to certain people. Lots of people don't come back from this injury. My knee may have given up, but I sure didn't. But I do want to be one of those people that does come back from the injury. I mean, yeah, there will always be a thought in the back of my mind being like, what if this happens again? I don't want this to happen again. I don't want to do this because I don't want it to happen again. But once again, I am not someone who wants to live in fear. You only live once. We're all living life for the first time. I mean, I can't just sit back when my recovery is over knowing I could have done more. In this sport, you only have so much time as an athlete until it's gone forever and you have to open a new chapter of your life. So the second I get the chance to have it back, I will push as hard as I can, work as hard as I can, with also being cautious and checking in with my body each step of the way. To wrap up this topic without going too in depth, because once again, this will be made into a whole video about my whole journey, which is coming. I'm so excited about it. I mean, I've also learned so much, not only about myself, but everything around me throughout this whole experience. Truly is something that I will never take for granted again. And not that I did before, I always was very thankful for it, but I think that's also the reason why this was a good learning experience, even though it sucks and I hate that it happened. I mean, we're all lucky enough to get up in the morning and walk to the bathroom. 6 months ago, I wasn't able to do that. I was laying in a bed, not even able to move my toes. So yeah, stay tuned for the video. Oh my gosh, very like weird thing, but like I feel like I was born in the wrong time. Does anybody else like experience this? I just feel like I was born in the wrong time. I think I was supposed to be born in like, okay, obviously I know that I was born in the right time. Like I'll calm down. But like, this is something I think about all the time. Like, I wish I was born in like the late 80s, early 90s and been like a teenager in the 90s. Like, oh my gosh, I would eat so hard. Like, I love all the style back then. I don't know like when flip phones became a thing. I think it was early 2000s. 90s. I might be so wrong on this, but I would love having a hot pink flip phone and like a little purse and like the 90s style. Like I would eat that up. Like that is my alter ego. Oh my gosh, how I wish I was born in the late 80s, early 90s. I've also been making really good dinners lately. By lately, I mean like the past like 2 days. Just ate dinner before I was filming this video. So good. I had like salmon, rice, edamame. Last night, the night before, I had like ground turkey, sweet potatoes, cottage cheese, hot honey on like top. Oh my gosh, it was so good. Best dinner I've had in a while. I don't know. I feel like a home cooked meal is always better than going out. That might be up for debate, but just my opinion. To bring this video to a close, thank you guys for spending time with me, pretending we're on FaceTime. Subscribe. My Instagram and TikTok are in my bio of this channel. I think that's what you call it. So it would mean a lot if you checked those out. You know the drill. I'll try to be more consistent with uploading videos because I truly love doing this, but I'm a busy, inconsistent queen. What can I say? Anyways, love you guys the most, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.